to this channel, and today we are going to learn something new about online learning. But let me just be honest with you, online learning is really a struggle. Just like what everybody calls it, struggle is real. But admit it or not, technology is now a big word. From online classes to learning about how to make use of every buttons that you see on the screen. It's really a struggle.
We live in a world where technology is equal to life. And we are thankful that when this lockdown happened, we now have a technology. Technology changes everything, not just in the way we shop, do business, but even in education. But this poses a lot of challenges, not only to the teachers, but more so to our students. From having low to no internet connection, gadget limitations, tech knowledge limitations, the challenge of distraction from all the social media, and many more. How do we ensure that students are learning while teachers are not there with them, monitoring them, and helping them with their difficulty? Or maybe another question for teacher is, have we been so focused on the lesson we are teaching that we have forgotten to really check if our students are really learning? Because of this, teachers feels frustrated, students feels frustrated, and even parents. Everyone becomes frustrated. Now, in this kind of situation where everyone feels frustrated, what do we do? There are we know that this is something that we do. There are topics, assessments, and different things that we have to make our students do for our subject. But imagine the situation. We thought that the only way for our students to learn is for them to know your subject. But in reality, it's not. They can learn different disciplines and skills when they get to understand how your subject can play a role in other subjects. How do we make our subject relevant to their lives? And we can only do this if we allow our students to see its relation to other subjects that they are learning in school. The integration and collaboration is going to be hard because there will be a lot of planning and talking to your colleagues from those teachers who are teaching other subjects. And when you talk about integration and collaboration, it means work. But the thing is this, allowing our students to work on one output, but they get to learn 2 or 3 subjects in that actually gives more space for them to learn. It will give them more time to do it creatively and excellently. And at the same time, it will not be hard on our part in terms of rating our students. Yes, the planning part might be tedious, but the end result is quite rewarding. Number 2, create reasonable standards for success. Prioritize. What do you want your students to learn? It is not about the quantity, but the quality. If you do the above, you're basically creating standards for success that are reasonable for your students in your classroom, with you at the helm. Don't hold yourself to any other standard other than adopting a mindset to trying new things and improving with them every day. Again, this is going to be a challenge because as teachers, we have to fulfill our duties. Sometimes that duties requires a lot of requirements, like we are given how many assessments we should give, we need to finish certain topics at the end of a quarter, and sometimes as educators, I have experienced this, that I became so much focused on the topics without really realizing whether are my students really learning my subject, or am I just fulfilling a certain requirement from school. So in order for us to do this, we need collaborative effort from everyone in the school. Our principal, our subject coordinators, the teachers, the parents, and even our students. Number 3, monitor, monitor, monitor. This sounds work, yes, but this work will go a long way. Not only that we get to see our students' progress, we get to show them also that we care for them, and not just the subject we are teaching. As educators, I learned something. We should not just be skilled in hands, but we also need to be skilled in heart. So we need to have a change of mindset. We need to focus on student actions and not teacher actions. This one is simple enough. It's not about you and me. It's not about what we do. The question is, what do we want our students to learn and feel, and why? We need to let our students know that we care for them by not just by talking it out, but really showing it through our actions. A simple asking of, how are you? How are you doing? Why are you not performing well in my class? How can I help you? Do you need any help? These are some of the questions that we can ask our students, and we can only do that when we really monitor them. And I must say, monitoring requires so much love, so much effort. Because looking at 30, 40, 50 students, if you're going to monitor them, you're going to get tired. But when our hearts is for students, we get to make them feel that we care for them. And in return, it gives us so much peace and satisfaction that we were able to help at least one student at a time. Though it can be a challenge at times, in the end, remember that just as with all things in regards to our profession, it's not about us. Teaching is one of the most selfless things we can do, requiring constant compromise, sacrifice, recalibration, and flexibility. This means that your needs will often, by design, not be met, so that you may meet the needs of others. regards to technology, education has to be in this for the long haul, regardless of short-term loss, as everything seeks to reconcile itself with everything else. Much in the same way that the purpose of education rather, is long-term. It should seek to improve the arc of students' lives and the condition of their communities. So technology should aid teachers in teaching and not become a burden on us. We need to take advantage of it. Let us not forget that the core of everything that we are doing as an educator is not about what we are doing. But at the end of the day, it's really the purpose. Why are we doing these things? And what is our end goal? What do we want to achieve? How much work it takes to make that happen is only one part of the timeless struggle of raising a human being.